Good morning. Today is Thursday, February something. Um, wow, I wish I was a baseball player or a football player and made millions of dollars for pretty much doing nothing. I know that a lot of you will protest that because you feel that they add to society, but they actually detract from society. Uh, Anytime somebody does something that they're supposed to be liking to do, and then turn around and demand millions of dollars to do something that they enjoy, I think that sounds kind of fishy. I've talked about that before, about the difference in salaries between people who are sports stars or movie stars, television stars, and what they make versus what say a good emergency surgeon or technician or something like that makes in a hospital that will actually save your life someday. But society being what it is, we prefer to be entertained on a daily basis rather than worry about what's going to happen to us in the future. Another point, the future. I got a text from somebody on one of my YouTubes, and they said that they were working hard to help the planet, survive, and that's very admirable. We recycle in my house, and every week, and I gripe about it every week because it's a big mess, I think. But on the flip side, if everybody did their fair share of recycling, then possibly could cut some of the dangerous things down, like the depletion of the ozone layer. I really don't want to burn up because the sun got too hot. I don't even like summer. So you might want to think about that, the next time you pick up a can to throw it away, or some styrofoam or plastic, and start your own little recycling thing. It's not hard, it's pretty easy, and you just take it to the center, and it will make you feel better about yourself. And that's an important thing, just feeling good about yourself. I know a lot of people right now, because of the massive unemployment and no jobs out there, and you go to find a job, and there's 20 or 30 people there in line for that same job. So it's not a nice thing to have happen to you. But there's a lot of jobs out there, and sometimes we just have to bite the bullet. I've done everything from clean buildings and scrub out bathrooms to change bedpans and watch. I was a supervisor once for a house of 5 mentally handicapped men. There's a lot of things you can do. Some of it's very helpful. Some of it will at least help you to survive. The other thing I explained, or tried to explain to this person, was that Mother Nature has its own way of recycling, and she recycles us. Uh, Remember, we had an ice age a long time ago. We were covered with water. We've been through so many changes before mankind even walked on this planet. And again, if you look around and you view what's going on with the planet, where things are happening, the deserts are increasing in their heat. Snow is happening in places where it didn't used to happen that much. The upper East Coast, oh my gosh, 4 or 5 feet of snow. Even in the Midwest, which is where I live, it's colder, bitterly cold. I think today we started out at about -2 degrees, and we've had some snow. So everything's changing. Predictions that were made a long time ago were that the Midwest will become more of a swamp, and that the wheat farms and things like that, the ones that really actually produce food, will be mainly in Russia, that area. But who knows? I mean, will we be here to see that happen, or will we not? Probably not. As a firm believer of life after death, been dead twice, continued, then I think that possibly we might see something happen here on this realm that we really can't do anything about, but at least we're going to be able to go, oh, I remember. Yeah, I thought that might happen before we travel on to the next world. Anyway, I'm not in my best today, so I'm going to go. I want you to just kind of think about things and think about yourself. You know, we have to do that. We have to consider ourselves and everything. Do something nice for someone. A quickie here. I watched a video last night of a guy who was going up to homeless people. First of all, I started going up to wealthier people, you know, people who are on the street, businessmen, etc., and asking to borrow their shoes. He was barefoot. He said, I'll bring them right back. No one let him borrow their shoes until he hit the homeless group. He'd go up to these guys who were just, you know, had nothing, filthy, everything on the street, you know, leaning against buildings, and he'd go, can I borrow your shoes for just a minute? I'll bring them right back. Every single one of them loaned him his shoes. And what this guy did was just amazing. He went out, he came back, and he had a new pair of shoes for them, along with their old shoes. He had a new pair of, I think they were Nike trainers or something. And what a wonderful thing to watch. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Go out and do something nice for someone today. You know, even if it's just, you know, taking 10 cups of coffee down to the area where your homeless are and passing them out, you know, and then do something nice for yourself. Go home, prop your feet up in your nice warm house and watch your cable TV, you know. But remember, there's people out there freezing to death, so cold, and blankets are cheap, coats are cheap, hats are cheap. You know, I've given my coat and hat away I don't know how many times, to the point where I don't even own a coat anymore. All I'll do is just give it away to somebody who's worse off than me. So go do something good for them. Go do something good for you. Have a wonderful rest of the day. And hopefully I'll be able to talk to you again sometime. Stay sane. Bye.